So today we're talking about stem change verbs, specifically E to IE verbs, and we are going to focus on two of these verbs, querer and preferir. So you guys know you can conjugate verbs all day long, and that's good and great, and that's really, really important in not sounding like a caveman or a toddler. But if you don't know what the verbs mean, that's not going to do you a whole lot of good. So we always start off with knowing what our verbs mean. So querer, we want to just memorize, is to want. And then preferir, that's a great cognate. It means to prefer. So this is assuming you know how regular verbs work, okay? So we're seeing querer is an ER verb, preferir is an IR verb. That should be giving you quite a bit of information. So get that written down into your note. So stem change verbs are sometimes called boot verbs because we can draw a little boot around the four conjugations that are going to be affected. And inside that boot, something weird is going to happen. We are going to change the stem from E to IE, okay? So let's take querer, for example. If we want to say, I want, what we should be able to do is take off the ER and add an O. That's what we should be doing on these. Take off that ER, add our endings. And then if we do this, it's an ER verb, so we add our ER endings. O, es, e, hemos, es, en. Well, first off with the good news. Nosotros and vosotros are not in the boot. So that's exactly what you do for those two conjugations. But the bad news is, and it's not that bad because if you understand the concept, it's not awful. But what you're going to do inside the boot here is we are going to change the E to IE. So instead of quero, Q-U-E-R, we're going to add an I. Change that E to IE. And then our ending. So instead of quero, it's quiero. That's how you say I want. And then to say you want, because it's a stem change verb, it won't be quieres like we had. Change that E to IE. And then add your ending. Quieres. For he or she wants, or you or it, instead of quere, that won't work. It's a stem change, E to IE. Change that E to IE, and then add your ending. Quiere. Queremos and queréis, we said are correct. For this other one, it is also going to be a stem change. Quieren. Quieren. And that's how you say they want, or you all want. Now here is our next little note. If your verb has two E's in the stem. Let me try that again. If, no, don't clear the page. There we go. All right. So if the verb has more than one E, in the stem, it will be the last E. That changes. All right, so let's take a look at our verb preferir. I'm going to open up another page so that we've got room. All right, so the verb preferir, remember it means to prefer. So then if you take off the IR, you've got a problem. You have two E's. Now the question is which one changes? It will not be both. So look at our note. If the verb has more than one E, the last E is the one that will change. So it is still going to be a boot verb. That's how these things work. So for the yo conjugation, change that E to IE. So instead of prefero, it's going to be prefiero. So it will be that stem for all 4 of these conjugations in the boot. And then for nosotros, you go back to the original stem, prefer. Same thing for vosotros. And then it's an IR verb, so you want your IR endings. O, es, e, imos, is, en. So that is your stem change verbs. So that's the way that all stem change verbs work. Another typical kind of verb, and you do not have to put this in your notes. This is just a little extra information if you are interested. But there's another very typical kind of verb called an O-to-U-E stem change verb. But it's the exact same concept. So one example is the verb dormir, which means to sleep. When I tell you it's a stem change verb, you automatically should think, okay, it's a boot verb. So these 4 conjugations, you're going to change the O to UE. Nosotros and vosotros are not in the boot, so go back to the original. It's an IR verb. Put your IR endings on there. O, es, e, imos, is, en. And there you go. So I should be able to give you any verb and say, hey, that's a stem change verb, and you know how it works. But again, for this chapter, dormir and querer, those are the 2 that you are focusing on. See you later.